Thank you for joining me in another edition of Mastering the Math of Business with Warren Young. Today we're actually going to be talking about the power of mastering the math. This is a topic on our Business Topics library, and it really has to do with why is mastering the math of business so important to you. What we have represented here are just the top 3 business math equations, all utilizing your financial statements. The first one is it's your business cash flow equation. At the end of the day, that equation is actually the most important. It's the one that carries you into next week, next month, next year. The business profit equation is important because that tells you what's working and what isn't in your business, what's contributing to your cash reserves and what's drawing from them. And then the third one is important, particularly when you're looking to sell your business. It's the balance sheet equation. For me, though, mastering the math of business really comes down to recognizing that one of the fastest ways to develop more control over your business is the application of the black or white power of math. Math equations take inputs, create a result, and that result is black or white. Now, yes, you can change the inputs and change the results, but the point is the results of your cash, profit, and balance sheet calculations are clear and definite when you put a little math behind them. There's no shades of gray to distract you or confuse you. So what I have found over the years is those that are really good at applying the math of business, they're the ones that understand the patterns of what's happening in their business. They're able to quantify the relationships between things, particularly as it relates to the big 4 numbers, the top 4, and they're also able to better predict or anticipate the future. And this is really important when you consider the sources of money and the uses of money. The sources of money, particularly for a small business, is often limited to operations. In other words, it's the money that gets generated from sales and what's left over after all of the expenses are paid. Those are your sources of money. Your uses of money are what's reflected on your balance sheet. That's what ultimately ends up happening. So the point is, mastering the math of business is really a way of appreciating the flow of money through your business as it relates to particularly your P&L statement and your balance sheet. So let's take a business scenario as the following. This is a business that planned to do 10 million in sales. They actually did 10.5 million in sales and had a net income of $1.8 million against a plan of 900,000. They in essence increased their sales by $500,000, but more than doubled their net income. If you just looked at the top line, which was the 10.5, and the bottom line, which is the 1.8, sure, you can look at it and be pleased with the results, but unless you step back and do a few math equations, you're going to have a difficult time appreciating what worked really well in this business to contribute to such significant sales success, but more importantly, what contributed to terrific bottom line success. And so businesses that fail to understand the relationships and what goes on have a much more difficult time of making confident decisions, identifying what actions need to be taken, what needs to be stopped. They just don't have the confidence. And I've seen this time and time again. They're not comfortable in looking or working with their financial statements. They don't appreciate that there's some really simple math that they can do that can give them terrific line of sight to what's working and what isn't. So let's go behind this narrative and look at the inputs. Here the inputs are the big 4. It's net sales plus the 3 levels of profitability. There's no additional factors that you have to put in here, either assumptions or conditions. It's a simple series of calculations. And my favorite calculations in this space when trying to appreciate what's working well and what isn't is to look at things as a percent of sales and then to look at things as an actual dollar difference. And so when you look at the actual to the planned results, you can see that that they really were tight on their direct costs. They came in 7% better as a percent of sales, earning more gross profit. That then dropped down, and they were able to pull that 7% down below, put a 3% savings in what they thought their SG&A or overhead costs were going to be. That gave them a 21% operating income, which translated into an 18% net income. That's how they got to the $950,000. Yes, the higher sales contributed to that, but what really contributed to it was managing those higher sales at a lower cost per sale. That's what happened here. Now let's appreciate a business that didn't generate higher sales. In other words, they came in 2% less than what they planned. They held their gross profit, but spent more on overhead, and the result is they planned to generate $900,000 in net income, and they actually generated $490,000. That's the math. Now look to the left. You see the actual equations here. It's really simple math. In fact, every one of these calculations is taking just numbers straight off the P&L statement, straight off your profit plan, and then comparing them. This is the power of math. This is what this whole video series available on this channel is about. It's about helping you master the math of business so you can understand your business. You can see your business through the numbers. So our call to action associated with this video is anchored on the fact that you're either confident in the decisions you're making that your business needs you to make, or you're not. And chances are, if you're not confident, it's because you're not confident in the numbers of your business. You're not giving yourself the benefit of a few calculations that you can readily and easily do to appreciate what's going on, to give you clarity on where you need to intervene. In fact, with this video, I'm making available one of my favorite offers, and that is if you go to business-cpr.com/F2, that's /F2, you will get back from us a no-charge confirmation of what your business is trying to tell you through your results. In essence, what we're going to do is we're going to do some of the most fundamental or foundational business math calculations, and we're going to play that back to you, and we're going to give you a sense to appreciate just how easy it is to convert your financial statements into information you can act on. So again, go to business-cpr.com/F2 for your free assessment. Again, it's about applying the math of business to your sources of money and uses of money, because your sources and uses of money have a tremendous impact not only on the amount of money you're able to make from your business, but the quality of life you get as a result of your business. When you can master this, that's when you can give yourself more money with less stress, and ultimately the big benefit, and that's financial freedom through business ownership. Thanks for tuning in. Look forward to joining you on another edition of Mastering the Math of Business with Warren Young. Don't forget to go to business-cpr.com/F2 for your free assessment, and let's help you see just how powerful the math of business can be.